Entrapov stands for Entrepreneurs Against Poverty. And this is the judge's training. And the purpose of this training is to familiarize you with a program called Shark Pond that is part of Entrapov's outreach to impoverished entrepreneurs. And we're going to emphasize your role in the show, what you will do, and you'll kind of get the idea as we go through it. So your expertise will significantly contribute to this because, for one thing, we've never had judges who were from Africa. And you guys will have a huge advantage knowing both what things are like in America as well as what things are like in Africa. And you will be able to understand the business proposals probably better than anyone ever has because you come from the countries where the people are pitching these business ideas. Are you all familiar with the TV show Shark Tank?
Yeah.
Yep.
So Shark Tank is a TV show where people who cook up business ideas, they come before a panel of judges that are called sharks. They pitch their business ideas, and if the sharks like their business idea, they will make them an offer of some kind. Our program is like Shark Tank, only it's friendly. So we call it Shark Pond. And what we do is we have the entrepreneurs pitch their business ideas. And then if the judges, you guys, if you like their business idea, then you can vote because there will be like two entrepreneurs who will both present their business ideas, and you get to pick one or the other and explain why you chose that one. They will receive that $1,000 prize money that was raised by the Pocatello Rotary Club in your honor, and they will receive that as a startup grant for them to do their business idea. And going forward, they will become your friends, and you will communicate with them, and you will learn a little bit about what they're doing and their successes and perhaps their failures or setbacks, and you'll be there to encourage them in their business idea. So here's the overview of what we're going to cover. We're going to talk about what is Entrapov, what's Shark Pond, how do you guys participate, who are the sponsors, and how the contestants are chosen. What does the host do? And as a judge, how do you prepare for the show? What is a business pitch? What are the questions that you can ask to contestants? And how do judges pick the winner? How are the awards handled? And will there be any follow-up after the show? Excuse me just one second. Okay. Any questions so far?
No.
All right. So let's see. So Entrapov, what is it exactly? Okay, it's an organization that brings charitable donors together with African entrepreneurs who are in search of microfunding. Entrapov's a motivational company that encourages business startups. And we believe in business because if you own a business, you have a great opportunity because the sky is the limit. You work for yourself. Entrepreneurs partner with other service organizations who are committed to growing local economies and rebuilding. And we're going to talk about a couple of those partners. Rotary is one of those partners. I happen to be a Rotarian, and that's my connection with Entrapov. I just think Entrapov is a marvelous charitable organization. And so I really help them do what they do. So I explained already that this is not Shark Tank, it's Shark Pond, it's friendly. And what we are designed for is to provide loans to small businesses. And in each episode, we acknowledge several strategic partners, including Rotary International, of which I'm a member. We also partner with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, who helps us with facilities and training, and many other individual volunteers and facilitators who do the training, including Rotary clubs in Africa. So the episode will credit those donors who give the money. In this case, since the Rotary Club donated the money, we probably won't be patting ourselves on the back too much, but we do want them to know that that was a gift from our club to your organization for use in sponsoring an entrepreneur in Africa. So what are the rules of the show? Well, they are offered, these shows are offered once a month. They're offered on Zoom, or let's see, I actually think they use Google Meets, and you believe you'll get a Google Meets because that tends to be a little more stable platform. In Africa, it doesn't require quite as much bandwidth and so forth. So we will probably do this over Google Meets, and you'll get a link to join the show. The show target length is about 60 minutes, I would say. And generally, there are 2 contestants who have been pre-screened. In other words, well, I'll get into that in just a minute, but their grant request cannot be over $1,000. That's the limit that is provided by the show. So the show opens with a welcome from the host, who makes the introductions. He will introduce you guys to the audience. Judges will then listen to business pitches that contestants have pre-recorded, and you will actually get those in advance. So you will not only hear them on the show, but you'll have a chance to hear them in advance. And the reason for that is because sometimes we have some connectivity problems with Africa, as you guys are well aware. It's not always smooth on the communication part. So we have them pre-record their business pitches so we don't miss anything. We want to make sure we understand very well what their business idea is and whether or not we think that it has a shot at being a successful business. So you guys will have 5 minutes with each contestant, and you will ask them questions about their business ideas. And you guys can ask any kind of questions you want. They can be business related questions. They can be, connections like, hey, are you my cousin? Because I'm also from Nigeria. You just can have that time to visit with that entrepreneur and talk to them about their business ideas. And then after you've heard both pitches, we will take you into a breakout room where you guys will talk amongst yourselves with the host of the show, and I'll introduce you to him in just a minute. And you will make a decision. You'll kind of vote on who you want to be the one to receive the main prize. Now, the runner-up will receive a small consolation prize, but it's nothing compared to the winner. And we always invite the one who doesn't receive funding to come back and to work on their business pitch. We usually share with them, you guys will share with them what could they do to improve their business idea, and why didn't you choose them over the other? Sometimes when sponsors have enough money and they believe in both business ideas, we've had episodes where they just sponsor both of them. You guys will be limited to one because there's $1,000, and that will be all, and there is in your case. Okay, so what is the shark pond? Well, during the breakout, the audience will not be able to hear you. They will not know what your deliberations are. They won't know what you're saying to each other. Instead, they will be listening to informative videos, past highlights, or teasers about what Entrapov is, or they'll just be visiting in their own room until you guys get back. Then when you return, you can ask any final questions. So if while you're deliberating, you go like, hey, did he say he thought he could sell 5,000 of those, or was it 10,000? I can't remember. You can ask final questions, and you can also then make comments. Now you will want to choose one of you, and maybe Bada will want to do this as president of the association, but you guys can decide which one of you will be kind of the spokesman, because we call it the sponsor judge. The sponsor judge will announce the winner of the contest and why you made the award to that particular business idea. And you might say something like, the winner of this episode is Precious, and we love her idea of starting a fish farm. And we think it will be very successful, and you can give all the reasons why you chose the business. Okay, so the host then explains the prizes, and you tell her that you're giving her $1,000, and that will be made through Entrapov. So Entrapov will actually make will write the check, but it will be in your honor as the African Student Association. And then, of course, we ask the contestants to make their closing comments, and we invite everybody, of course, to like and subscribe and spread the word about Shark Pond. So that's a pretty quick overview of what the program is. What are your questions?
So my question is, how often do you guys do this program?
We do it about once a month.
Okay, once.
And on the Entrapov website, we have several episodes that have been recorded. And so if you guys wanted to go watch one of those episodes, you would go to entrapov.com and you just click on episodes, and you could go back and you could look over 2 or 3 of them and see what kind of questions the judges ask. You could see what kind of businesses get pitched. And I am not really sure. Did Ben tell any of you who the contestants are, or did he get you connected with that?
Yeah, it shares the link to the website with me, which I shared with every other person. But then I went through the link. I was only able to access the Esther's video, and I could not really, it wasn't up to 5 minutes. So I have a question concerning, it was about 1 minute, 21 seconds. So Ben did share it, and I was able to share it with others.
So what is Esther's business pitch?
It was about wigs and revamping of wigs and styling dresses and training of other individuals also.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's interesting. So there you go. You're already way ahead of me. You've already kind of met at least one of the contestants, but you didn't meet the other one. Is that right?
Yes, I could not access the page where I can meet the other one.
Okay. So I'll just make a note here that you got Esther's, but not the other one.
Not Precious, yeah.
Oh, Precious. Okay. So I will make sure that Ben knows that, and we will get back to you, and we'll send you all a link so that you can see, because they will send out their pro forma profit and loss statement, and you should look that over pretty carefully and see if it looks like a reasonable business plan. Charles, you should be really good at that. Since you're in the MBA program, you can analyze all of that and maybe share with others any questions that they might have about the business idea. Now, a lot of times we see those pro forma financials, and there are problems with them. We try to review them with the contestants ahead of time, so that if something looks wacky, we can help them fix that. But you may pick up on things that you think that doesn't sound like that's how much something like that would cost in Nigeria. It might be wrong. So that's when you guys will have tremendous expertise in judging whether or not these business ideas are workable. Other questions?
Are they paying back the money, or is it something that's free? So
Say
this
that one more
grant.
time.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What did you say?
Yeah, so the money given, is it supposed to be paid back by the contestants, or is this free money?
That's a very good question. So there's 2 answers to it. the money that is donated does not get paid back to the Rotary Club here in America, which we are the club who raised the money, and it goes in your honor, just as if you guys had raised $1,000 and given it to the entrepreneur. However, and so in that sense, it's a free gift. But from their perspective, we ask them to repay that loan over a 24-month period to the local Rotary Club in, let's just say they're in Nigeria, to the local Rotary Club in Nigeria, so that that Rotary Club can then sponsor another entrepreneur.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so they look at it like a business loan. At this point, we're not charging interest on the loan. They just pay back the principal over 24 months. I think that in the future, that what we're going to do is get another strategic partner who will be maybe like a bank like World Vision, who does micro loans, and they will have a business relationship, a banking relationship with a real bank, because lots of these entrepreneurs are immediately do very well, and they are looking for additional funding, and we're really not a bank. So we want them to be able to have a banking relationship. So if they need to borrow more money to grow their business, they already have a relationship going with a bona fide bank that functions in Ghana or in Nigeria or in Malawi or wherever it is they are.
Yeah. I mean, because the reason I said so was going through Esther's spreadsheet. So for the income statement, I saw, I think there's a part where she pays back $42, I think on a monthly basis. And that would be, I think, for 10 months. So it looks like she probably is already paying some of that money. I don't know if she already has got this loan.
Oh, no, she has not. Well, unless you're looking at something that has already transpired, I don't know. I can't answer that for sure, but in the pro forma, they will show the loan repayment, and the contestants that you will judge, they have not had a loan yet. They are just showing that they have the ability to pay the money back.
Yeah. And the loan is supposed to be for 2 years, right?
Yes,
So
it's
24
2-year
months.
loan. And so $42 a month would work out to about $1,000 over 2 years. Yeah. And we want to make sure that their business is strong enough to pay the loan and to pay themselves a monthly salary, which in Africa can range anywhere from $50 to $100 a month. And so that should also be in their business proposal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good questions. Other questions? All right, let's go on and talk about show prep. We've kind of introduced this already. You will receive, hey, Bada, have they told you when your episode is going to air? Have they given you a date?
Yes, 29th of this month. That's on Saturday by 10 a.m.
June 29th. Okay. Yeah. And it's right now the 25th, so that's this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You got to have the other information from the other contestants. Okay. Well, I will follow up on that and get back to you, because you should have had all of that. Generally, we try to make that available 2 weeks in advance so that you have plenty of time to prepare. The packet that you get should have the detailed funding request. What do they want to do with this money? And you guys need to look at that and say, oh, yeah, that's a really good investment of that money. If they buy that equipment, they can use that equipment, rent it out to their neighbors. They can make the products that they want or whatever it is. And then they will have an asset at the end that is valuable to them. Or if you look at it and you go like, they want to buy a camera with that, and the camera is used and it doesn't look like it's a very good investment, maybe that's not such a good business idea. So that will be part of what you will judge is how well are they going to invest the money, and what is the money actually going to be used for? Because it should be used to help them start their business. And a lot of times, the business entrepreneurs will use some of that money to rent a office space or to set up their business, or it will be to buy equipment. And so you all need to determine whether or not you think that that's a pretty good idea or not it's such a good idea. They will give you the pro forma financial statements. They will talk about their background and give you some of their experience as to why they think they can pull this off. And then you'll have access, of course, to their pitch video. And if I understand, Bada, you've only got this stuff from one contestant so far, and that's Esther, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, I will follow up and find out what happened to the other one and make sure you get that. Okay, the show performance, as you know, the show airs live. It's just a Zoom meeting, just like this one is. And sometimes people will tune in. For sure, the guys in Africa will have a lot of people there watching them, their family members, other contestants who may be preparing for a future show that want to see what is it like to be on the program. So there will be those people. We hope you guys will share this with the African Student Association so that they can join the meeting and watch it. And of course, we will record it so that you can share it with the rest of your organization. It should have a very fun feeling to it, like a game show. And so you should feel really comfortable. Don't be afraid to joke with them and talk to them and ask questions. Be very, very personable and just have a lot of fun. Invite all your friends and associates. If you've got family back in Nigeria, ask them, give them the link and have them watch you as a judge, as a shark. Just say, hey, did you know I'm a shark? You got to watch this show. So that will be fun. And then, of course, you can post it on your social media. And it's best if, when you guys prepare for this, if you each have your own screen. So like Charles is good because he's just one guy on one screen. But Blessing and Bada, you guys should be on separate screens on Saturday when you do the show, so that when they see you, they will see you as 3 independent judges, okay? And then make sure that there's good lighting on your face and that, you know, that they can see and hear you well. So those are important things to do. Make sure that your name on the screen is set properly so that they can see your name. And I haven't done that. Mine says District 5400 Zoom account. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to rename myself Rich Kirkham, and now you'll know my name. So that's important, is to make sure you have the proper name. Okay, let's talk about who the host of the show is. You've been in contact with Ben Davidson. Ben actually is the founder and of this charity, and he started this program like 2.5 years ago. So far, Entrapov has sponsored 50 entrepreneurs, and most of them have done very well. And we're very excited about the success rate of the program so far. He will welcome everybody to the show. He will introduce the audience to you guys and to the contestants, and vice versa. He will introduce the contestants to the audience and to you guys. He will explain what the rules of the game are, and then he will moderate, translate, clarify, and try to keep the program rolling, and he will open and close appropriately. And so this is kind of what the screen will look like. This happens to be the episode where I was a judge. You can see me on there. I sponsored this lady here on the second row in the green square, and she was, her name is Agnes, and she was a seamstress. And it's interesting, she's done very well with her business. She had a manual sewing machine. With the $1,000 prize money, she was able to buy a commercial sewing machine, a serger, and a mannequin. And that's really helped her in her business. She has made dozens of these rotary shirts for us. So this is one of her shirts that we just got back from Ghana. And as you can see, it says Rotary on it. And I sell these to other Rotarians for $35, and I send her all the money. And so she does pretty good on the shirts, and she does a nice job of making them. And of course, the audience will watch the show, but they are not permitted to ask questions. Only you guys are. If somebody is like in the room with you and they want to pass you a note or something, of course, that's fine. But you guys will pretty much be the spokesman on the show. There will probably be members of our Rotary Club who will watch the show, and none of those people are invited to participate. They just watch. So what's the role of the contestant? Contestants, they're required to complete a 12-week business training course in Africa in order to even apply to be on the show. They have to provide a business packet for the judges. They have to agree to appear live on the show and answer questions, and they must pre-record a pitch video. Then, of course, they have to abide by the judge's decision and agree to pay back their microloan over a 24-month period of time to what we call the Perpetual Entrepreneur Fund, so that we can fund more entrepreneurs. One of the rules I don't have written here is that they cannot contact you personally to ask you for more money. They can only, they have to be content with the money they've been offered. And then if they, later on, they need more money, they can reapply through Entrapov to either get another loan or to be on the show again. But we typically, this is for startup entrepreneurs. All right, the judges. You guys are the judges. You're the sharks. What is your role? Well, you represent the sponsor. You represent your organization, the African Student Association. You will review the business packet, as we've mentioned. And then, of course, the day of the show, you'll be on live and you'll interact with the business pitches. You'll introduce each one of you. You'll introduce yourself. You should take about a minute and tell them, you know, who you are and why you're in America. They'll think that's very interesting that you're here and yet you're Africans. They will think that's fantastic. And hopefully you can inspire them with your story and with the things that you're accomplishing, because it's amazing what you guys are doing here in the United States. And they will love to have you as their judges. After you share your qualifications and your interest in the show, you'll try to put the contestants at ease. And generally, there are 3 to 4 judges who will be involved in each episode. So it's not unusual that there will be 3 or 4 judges. They will provide the feedback, listen to their pitch, and of course, they'll determine a winner, award the funding, and then explain why they chose that particular entrepreneur. You'll try to give them very helpful feedback and encouragement, because we don't want anybody to go away feeling badly. We want, if they didn't get selected, we want them to feel like they can take another shot at this. And so you guys can encourage them to do what they need to do to come back on the show again, because if you were not successful in your first pitch, you can be invited back to do it again. And then, as I mentioned before, hopefully these people will become your friends on WhatsApp, and you'll keep track of them and see what they're doing, how their business is going, and kind of follow them into the future as they begin their success story in their business. The winner of the contest, the winning contestant should make contact with you. That let's say we encourage this. We can't really require it of them, but we want them to contact you at least once a month on Facebook, on WhatsApp, something like that, just so that they know you guys are interested in them and that they're giving you a little update on their life. And there is a list of generic business questions. I'm going to click on that here and just we'll talk about these just a little bit. So let me zoom that up. These are some sample questions you might ask. So Bada, would you read question number 1 and then Blessing number 2 and Charles number 3, and we'll just keep going that way.
Okay, question number 1, tell me about your family.
Good.
Number
Blessing?
2. Why did you decide to start this business?
Good, Charles?
So how would the items you plan to purchase with the loan help your long-term profitability?
Okay,
Who are your main competitors and how are you different from them?
How many customers do you have right now?
How often do your customers buy from you?
What goals do you have for the business in 12 months?
What steps will be required to reach your 12-month goals?
What's the biggest obstacle to success or risk in this type of business?
How do you avoid this obstacle and reduce risk in your business?
now these are just sample questions. I hesitate even sending them to you because I want you to feel completely at ease to ask them anything you think is a relevant question. Just as if you had met them on the street in Africa and they're out there doing whatever they're doing, you're going like, why are you doing this? I mean, what is the point of your business? And then they should be able to defend it and tell you why they love their business and why they want to do what they're doing and why they're good at it and all of those kinds of things. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay, great. All right. This here is a link to a recent episode of Shark Pond. So if you get on the website, entrapov.com, you can go over here to the archives and you will see some of the shows. Like this is one of them. And if you click on this, it will give you an idea of what the show is like.
Sorry, we can't hear the sound.
Can't hear it. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you. I appreciate that. Let me just pause that because I wasn't sure if you could hear it. So thanks for letting me know. Anyway, you guys can do that on your own time. Just watch one of those shows if you're interested to see how they go. Okay, so who is the sponsor? Well, in this particular case, the African Student Association is not the sponsor in the sense that you didn't raise the money. It is this Rotary Club right here who is actually sponsoring this, but you guys are the judges and it is your gift to them because we gifted this to you guys. So we have a collaboration between the Pocatello Rotary Club and the African Student Association. And the sponsor has to agree to come up with $1,000. The funds are donated to Entrapov and they oversee the awards. By the way, Entrapov does not take any money out of that to fund any of their personal expenses. All of that $1,000 goes directly to the contestants or to the beneficiaries. And Ben Davidson, he and his wife, they raised the money separately to fund Entrapov. And this is the awarding of the prizes. So at the end of the show, you will award the $1,000 grand prize to the winner, and then Entrapov will give a $50 prize to the runner-up. And then they can pitch again in the future, as I mentioned before. Hopefully, you'll give them some good recommendations as to what they could do to be chosen as the winner in a future episode. The host, that means Entrapov, will award a $100 prize to the first place contestants facilitator. That's the person who taught them through or helped coach them through the 12-week business class and help them prepare, because those are people who live in Africa and who work with these entrepreneurs, and they spend a lot of time and effort to help them understand what business is all about so that they can be successful. So we give them a prize as well. Then after the show, you'll want to share this, post it on your Facebook, brag about what you're doing, because we want people to know about Entrapov and we want people to know about the good things that are happening in Africa, about the businesses that are being sponsored. And as you guys spread the word, hopefully some of your friends and family are going to say, well, I'd like to be on that show. I'd like to get a chance to win $1,000. How do I get on there? How can I be a part of that? So we want to spread the word, and we'll help you know how to post that on Facebook and to access it on YouTube and all of that kind of thing. Okay, so after the show, I think I mentioned this already. They cannot solicit more money. The grant or the loan requires them not to contact you directly for financial assistance. They certainly can contact you for moral support and for advice. So that's okay. But if they cross that line, you guys need to let us know, because that's a no-no. They should not be asking for any additional assistance. And so far, that's not happened. You can, I don't think I need to go over WhatsApp with you guys, because you probably use it all the time. But a lot of our judges are not familiar with the WhatsApp platform, but you guys will be, and you will exchange contact information with these entrepreneurs. And that's generally the best way to communicate with them. And so that's that. And I think we're through the orientation. Let me hear your questions. Blessing, do you think you can do it?
Oh, yeah.
You got this.
I've done something like this before, because as a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, we have a lot of opportunity like this. And although we don't give money, we I think they do give them maybe equipment to help them with their businesses and stuff. And I've done something like this. So.
Nice. Yeah, they help out a lot on the Africa side, because they have good connection to internet. They have nice classrooms. They have places where people can come and learn these, and they find the right people to help them in what they're learning. So they've been a big help to us over there. Charles, what are your questions?
I mean, just getting the package. So the second contestant. So, and also the first one that's already here, is this the total package, or are we expecting something more?
Well, I'll have to look. Unfortunately, I did not see it, so I haven't really reviewed it, but I will find out, and I will send you all an email. And or do you guys prefer to be contacted on WhatsApp or through email, or does it matter?
It does not matter for me. Yeah.
Okay. Well, in the email, I'll ask you for your WhatsApp contact, and then I can set up a chat with you guys too, so that I have you on my WhatsApp. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you excited, Charles? Are you excited?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking forward. I wouldn't say excited. Yeah.
Oh, well,
I mean,
think
it's a chance to help people. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to the experience, I would say.
good. Well, you're going to be great. I know you're all going to do a wonderful job, and I'm very excited that you're going to get to do this. This is new for us, to have actual people from Africa who understand the culture, who understand the people. And I can tell you that I think it will mean an awful lot to the entrepreneurs and to all of those who are watching the show from Africa, to see you guys in this role. It will make them very proud to see what amazing things you're doing with your life. You probably don't realize this, but you guys are a huge inspiration to so many people in Africa who have literally nothing. And of course, you know that better than anyone because you come from there. And what a blessing it is that you're here in the United States and at ISU and have these rich experiences, and you can be a great influence in their life to help them get to a new level in their life. So I'm really looking forward to this episode. I think this is going to be my favorite one ever.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm also looking forward to this episode, and thank you for training us, and I'm very excited to be part of the experience. I know it will definitely help us, and yeah, I'm excited generally. Thank you very much.
You're certainly welcome.
Yeah. Thanks
All
for your
right,
time.
well, You
Rich.
have my email. If you have a question or a follow-up that you want to ask, great. Just call me or email me. And I will get answers to the questions on the packet material this afternoon. Ben is actually in Burley today. He's presenting to the Burley Rotary Club, and he's going to invite them to be sponsors for a future Entrapov episode, and we're excited about that. So as soon as he is through with that, he'll be through with that at 1 o'clock. I will call him and I'll say, hey, Ben, where's the rest of the packet? And I need to get it to these guys because you guys will be on there. And I'll be watching you on Saturday, and I'm really excited to see the show. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, what time is it on Saturday?
It's by 10 a.m. on Saturday.
And for how long? What's the duration typical?
Yeah.
typically 1 hour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
we try to
fine.
keep the show about 1 hour in length.
All right.
Good questions. Anything else?
No questions for now. If you have any question, we'll just send an email to you or respond to your WhatsApp.
Perfect. And I will get a copy of this recording available for Andrew so he can watch it as well.
Okay.
All right. Thanks,
right.
guys. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Rich. Yeah,
Nice to
thanks
meet
for your
you.
time.
You're welcome.
Yeah.